well. I'm here today because I will be adding to the playlist which I've created to share some of my personal practices. And so, yeah, making sure that this is all gonna stay still on me. Making sure that you can see everything. There's the rosemary. Alright, so I have a few different bits of information to get going, but first of all, let me grab down the rosemary. So today I'll be reading from Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs, and also I will be sharing on how this plant is something that I work with for my practices. So this is the fresh rosemary. It's so woody, like very it's like very earthy. I wonder if I could get some seeds out of this. I do see some seeds inside this little thing, which looks like a little flower. I might be able to get some seeds anyway. Putting the stuff I don't use into a jar. Grab the bowl, mortar and pestle. There's a peanut in there. Don't need that. Alright, put this to the side. And I'll probably work on one piece at a time. So, here we go. I just take the sprigs, and then the timber, I usually put that into a fire. I don't know, during a moon that calls to me to sit under with a fire. If I'm going camping, it's good kindling, that's all. So yeah, how do you use rosemary? Originally I started using rosemary in my roasts. It's a herb from memory. I then started noticing that here in Australia, the Anzacs and most of the memorials actually have a lot of rosemary bushes nearby. And when I read Cunningham's little excerpt, I think it'll make sense why. It's to promote health and youth, and that's what rosemary looks like after. Looks like a bit of a stag head. Oh gosh, I wish you could smell this. The smell is just delicious. Still got that really woody flavour to it. Alright. So I've got all the bits and pieces. Got my rosemary wood over there. I have made an absolute mess. So I'll collect up all the rosemary. So then I've got my rosemary bits. And I've got Scott Cunningham's book here. Rosemary. Rosemary officinalis, D and P. Folk names include compassweed, dew of the sea, elf leaf, guardrobe, incensia. I love that one. Incensia. Libanotus, which is the Greek plant, polar plant, and sea dew. It is masculine, and the planet that is listed is the sun, so very much Leo energy, and the element is fire, so very much Leo energy within rosemary. What is that? So the powers within this book says protection, love, lust, mental powers, exorcism, purification, healing, sleep, and youth. So I guess that sort of reveals why they might plant it around the memorials. I guess it would invigorate the families and bring out that healing, that much needed healing at a memorial. You know, it's important to remember the loved ones that have passed on. So magical uses. Rosemary, when burned, emits powerful and cleansing, purifying vibrations, and so it is smoldered to rid a place of negativity. When placed beneath the pillow, rosemary ensures good sleep and drives away nightmares. Laid under the bed, it protects the sleeper from all harm. Rosemary is also hung on the porch and doorsteps to keep thieves from the house, and is carried to remain healthy. Placed in the bath, it purifies. Cool. So there's quite a few different ways of using rosemary. A chaplet of rosemary worn aids the memory, while the wood smelled often preserves youthfulness. To ensure the latter, add a rosemary infusion to bath water. Rosemary has long been used in love and lust incenses and other mixtures, and healing poppets are stuffed with rosemary to take advantage of its curative vibrations. Rosemary infusion is used to wash the hands before healing work, and the leaves mixed with juniper berries are burned in sick rooms to promote healing. If you wish to receive knowledge or the answer to a question, burn rosemary on charcoal and smell its smoke. Rosemary is also grown to attract elves, and the powdered leaves wrapped in linen cloth and bound to the right arm dispel depression and make the emotions light and merry. That's awesome. Rosemary is usually used as a substitute for frankincense. That's a cool little book. I've had this for like nearly 9 years now, going on 10 years. When I learned a little bit about witchcraft and stuff, and then sort of moved away from that because I came from Christianity, so it didn't really fit within my sphere. So yeah, let's powder some down and see if we can get it to smoke. I do have my cauldron here. I might just use some charcoal. You can buy charcoal blocks, charcoal bricks at smoke shops actually, for the shisha pipes. So we're able to resupply in many different places now. We'll just do the rosemary, so I'll hold on to that with my scissors so that I don't forget it later when I'm going to burn it. And yeah. So rosemary, because it's woody, that's why I removed the branches before, because it's actually quite sticky. sticky, branchy. For me personally, rosemary has always, it's got this beautiful little purple flower, which I realize now might be seed pods. So I've always loved purple flowers. For me, they're about the third eye, the crown chakra. Then these also look like, I don't know. I don't know if you can, but they look like they would make grouse like headbands. No? maybe for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Rosemary's just sort of, it seems like a really neutral. Before I read that little excerpt, for me it was really neutral, like, energy. Now I won't ground this down to a fine powder because the twigs will actually serve as well. The leaves are actually still quite sticky, branchy. So it is powdering down nicely. This will, I am just imagining this as well being good for being useful inside of like soap. So if I ever do get to make soaps, then this rosemary, I don't know, it hasn't taken me any time at all to create that. And the smell is gorgeous. Like, it's fresh, it's nice, and yeah. So I've actually got the rosemary. Where did my charcoal go? I've got the rosemary hanging here now, but it will hang in front of me. I like seeing my herbs, so yeah. So we'll do a little closing smoke rosemary ceremony. Okay, thanks for joining, and yeah. Oh gosh, that smells delicious. Wow. So yeah. It's my hope that you're blessed by this smoke. If you ever get the opportunity to smolder your own rosemary, it's quite this it's quite a homey feeling, like walking into someone who's cooking a roast. I'm sorry to go to the kitchen, but literally coming home to like Sunday family dinner and smelling that they've made a roast, and maybe the rosemary's on the potatoes or on the chicken or whatever, but it's this earthy, homey feeling. Whip. And I made a huge mess. So yeah, this rosemary took about 12 days to dry out fully, because it is more sticky, twiggy. It doesn't take as long to dry out, but yeah, I wait for it to be completely brittle, like they fall off at the touch, and that's when I know that I can work with it and create smoke like this. So yeah, I'll add the last little bit that we created together, and that'll be that. I will add this video to the playlist. So the playlist, what is it called? just exited. G'day everyone. I didn't even notice you guys jumping into chat. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the journey. I guess this is what you're here for now. So yeah, enjoy that beautiful smoke. And I might be going live later, so yeah, keep a lookout for that. You can subscribe to get that notification, and yeah, like if anything resonated, and leave a comment if you'd like to see anything else. Thanks very much for joining.